Yo, Sumeshiro here. In this video, we'll be covering the large bank heist, doing stealth only, and in this particular case, mask off for the entire run. The mask off is entirely optional, however, it does make it significantly easier for exfiltration at the end of the heist. So the first thing you are going to look for here is we need to hunt down at least 2 QR codes. These can be found throughout the first floor and sometimes on the second floor, but primarily they're on the first floor. I happen to find one in this area. They're not always here. Just gonna have to kind of check every room you can through locked doors and desks until you find at least 2 of them. There's usually one behind the tellers as well, but you need a key card to get to that one. Or not a key card, you need a QR code to get to that one. There's also one in the break room quite often. Let's grab one here. Once you have your 2, you can look around for some more. Depending on some guard pathing, you may need to kill some time. Make sure to check the side rooms, as they will have money and QR codes. One of these side storage rooms will actually have quite a lot of money stashed in it, so do keep an eye out for that. You want to keep checking them until you find it. Once we have our QR codes, we'll head down to the basement. Watch out for the patrolling guard and the camera that is watching the door down here. You'll also want to duck into the room here that's about halfway down the hall. This is one of the rooms that the oxygen tanks can spawn in. That is good to make a note of and find early, just in case things go loud. This is one of your outs. You're going to need this for the drill. I happen to find it here. They can also be found upstairs in the bank itself, in one of the storage rooms, in these vertical lockers. They don't count as bags, so feel free to just grab one, just in case things go crazy. Then we'll head on over here to this door, and we'll use our first QR code to break in here. Once inside, you are now behind the tellers, so it's important to keep an eye out for the 3 cameras that are back here. And you also want to, after you've gone in the teller room, if you so choose, for the extra QR code that can be there, make sure you close the middle doors so that the guards don't see you through the teller grates. So this camera we take out first because we want to get over into the storage room. Once you've found the storage room with all the money, you don't really need to keep opening them all. I do keep digging through them because I want the extra cash. It's also good to open the side doors that go out to the front of the bank on this side. It can be helpful later when moving about. Here I found the pile of money I was looking for. Grab that. Grab the extra QR code, unlock the other door. Once we've done that, we go into the human resources here. You're looking for the different computer. This one here. We hack into this computer to find out which of the executive offices on the first floor has the red key card we need.
Let's see who has high security clearance.
So hack into this. Once it's done, you'll be given a name. Take that name and match it to the various executive doors throughout the level. It can be any of the ones down here, so you just gotta figure out who it is and go through it. If you find enough QR codes, you can just open all the doors, which is an option. I certainly did that the first time I was here. I just opened them all one at a time. Took forever. But once you find the one you're looking for, make your way inside. There's always a NPC just kind of hanging out in his office when you find the right one. That's also a good indication that you found the right one. If you have the ability to just do stuff right in front of them, go for it. But in one of these stacks, or sometimes in a filing cabinet, you will find the red key card. Grab that and head on over to the main doors.
Open sesame.
Now we have access to the outer doors of the vault. At this point, you have 2 options.
This door leads to the vault.
You can either
See that panel?
do the long method of punching in the code until you find it, or you can go all the way up here to the IT office and the server room. You want to know where the IT office is before you go to the server room, because you're going to have to come back here in a moment. But then once you've located both, gone through any side rooms you're interested in exploring,
Patch me in.
we'll activate the server room computer.
Open.
About halfway through the hack will stop, and you'll need to come over to the IT room to do the next part. If you're with a partner, you can have them hang out in the IT room and do this remotely if you don't want to risk it. But if you're solo, I just run over and press the IT button as soon as she asks for it. Once that's done, we head back over to the server room and restart the hack. Once the hack is done, we will be given our 4 possible code combinations for the door. Take those 4 combinations over to the vault itself. I did a bit more searching around for any extra loot and options here. I don't think I found anything, but things can spawn randomly, so it's good to check. Once you figured out which of the 4 codes it is, punch it in, open the door.
There we go.
There's always at least one camera that can see you from the door, so just deal with that as you need to. This is also where you'll find the camera office if you want to just take that out and don't mind going mask on from this point. This is kind of your pivot point where you can go mask on.
The lasers get their power
Either
from
way,
a number
you're going to
of
have to
electrical boxes.
get the code here, open the junction box, flip the right color. It does not matter which junction boxes you do in what order, as long as you do the right colors in order. So just work your way around the room. They're all in here somewhere. Deal with the cameras as appropriate, and flip the switches in the sequence they tell you in color. It's also a good opportunity during this to unlock all of these side doors to the roof and the second floor of the bank. This is giving you some options later. The roof is necessary if you're going loud at any point in case something goes wrong. And the side doors just make it a whole lot easier to get around without having to deal with the staircase as much. Then once you've gotten them all, come back to here, disable the lasers, and you'll now need to go get a blue keycard. I scoured the entire map for any alternate things. I've been here a bunch of times. From what I've seen, the blue keycard only spawns in one location, and that is on the hip of a particular office worker that I'm not sure when he spawns, but he was not there earlier, so I think he spawns sometime after you press the key code in. So I think it's after the code, but it's sometime while making your way into the vault, he will spawn in or leave his manager office. I'm not sure which it is. Here's our guy. So you're looking for this guy. Not sure exactly when he spawns, like I said, but he does pop in sometime during the process of unlocking the vault. Track him down, grab the blue keycard off of his hip. You need that to get to the camera room if you so choose to take that out at this point. If not, you just stay mask off and you're gonna work your way in. I did a bit more searching around for some setup options, trying to figure out what would be the most optimal way to do this. Once you've set yourself up for the second stage here, what you're going to have to do is take the blue keycard to the bank manager's office. Activate the computer here, and you will be given a short time frame to make it from the manager's office back to the vault, dealing with the cameras as you go. As however necessary you want to do that. You can take the cameraman out, do it that way. You just have to be a lot more careful with the manager's office. At which point you will be able to get into the vault, gather all the money, and this is the easy part if you've kept your mask off. Harder part if you've kept it, if you put it on at any point. If you're masked up at this point, you're going to have to go out through the basement. This can be a bit difficult to get to from here, but it's not impossible. Basically, you're going to want to snake your way out through the basement to get out to the van. If you have mask off, like I do, you can simply load up your 4 NPCs out in the main lobby here, and they will carry loot with you. If you have a friend who's masked off this entire time and you're masked up, you can also use the mask off person with you to shuttle the loot out. That's another option. But either way, load your people up, however many real or AI people you have with you. And then we're going to head back out the front door. You can sprint with a bag in a public area, so feel free to use the speed abilities and just get yourselves out of the bank as quickly as possible. Once we're outside, we'll wrap around to the parking lot, and the van is found down here. It's important to take note of the guard patrol and the camera. So this camera can see you while you're loading up the van. You just want to deal with it. Basically, you're going to keep that camera and the camera in the main lower area of the vault flipped. That's all you have that can see you. Keep an eye out for this guy. He doesn't like you being in this private area, but if you're masked off, he'll just escort you out, let him go away, and resume putting bags into the van. Just double checking I had both cameras flipped. And then we just repeat the process with the bags. I did move them up towards the door here to try to speed this up a little bit on loading up my people. You can see it goes really, really slow. It's kind of tedious, I'll be honest, moving all these out solo. But for the most part, the NPCs don't care. You can basically just have the run of the place and they will let you do whatever because you're in a public area for the majority of your time. You can stash some bags next to the van if you're waiting on the guard to do his thing, like I was there. And once you have them all, you're pretty much set. This is the easiest part of the heist. Once you've got them in the bags and you don't have a mask on, it's pretty much free and clear at this point, as long as you don't do something ridiculous, like annoy that guard down in the garage. Here we go, last bag is on my back. Load up the remainder of our loot. And with that, the very long but rather simple big bank has been completed. Mask off. If you liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.